Good morning, Ellison Bees. Today is Tuesday, December the 8th, 2020. You're probably wondering, where's Mrs. Meneses today? Well, I'm Mrs. Hernandez, your vice principal. For those of you that don't know me, I know some of you have seen me during the during lunchtime in the hallways, in the classrooms. And so I did introduce myself in the very beginning of the school year. And so I came on the announcements for about a week. And now I'm here again. And so we are taking turns, Mrs. Meneses and I. So on the Discovery Day, it is day zero today. For birthdays, we don't have any student birthdays today. But we do have two staff birthdays. We have Brenda Aguilar, our front office receptionist. Today is her birthday. And we also have Mrs. Dina Youssef. She is our ALE instructional assistant. So happy birthday to these ladies. So we're going to sing happy birthday in the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Feliz cumpleaños. May all your dreams come true. Hey! Okay. So now we're going to move on to ST Math highlights. I do have some students that we're going to highlight today. We have in Miss Luna's 3rd grade classroom, Nicholas Maglin. 216 puzzles completed last week. Nicholas Obrezon, 208 puzzles last week. And then we have in Miss Baco's 2nd grade classroom, we have Anderson Green, 114 puzzles completed last week. In Mrs. Cummings' 2nd grade class, we have Grant Adams, 253 puzzles last week. Then we have Vian George, 206 puzzles completed last week. Mac Wingate, 179 puzzles last week. And then Miss Gracia's 1st grade class, we have Christopher De Atillo, 288 puzzles. We have Alessandro Rosas, 354 puzzles. Johnny Villarreal, 365 puzzles. Nicholas Perez at 409 puzzles last week, and Ethan Bruni at 763 puzzles last week. Now for our iStation highlights, we don't have anybody to highlight today, but we just might have some tomorrow. I don't see any. And then also, this is a reminder to you, to everyone, that today's Ugly Sweater Day. Now, I didn't wear a sweater, but I did wear my Christmas gear. I have my Christmas shirt. This is for my loteria. This is El Pino. I don't know if you've seen a shirt like that, but this is my sweater because sometimes I tend to get hot in sweaters, and so I know today was going to be a little bit warmer, so I decided not to wear it, but still festive anyway. Okay, tomorrow it's going to be warm-up day, so please make sure you wear those warm-ups or your sweats because tomorrow's still going to be a little bit cold in the morning anyway. And I'm going to touch on just a little bit on trustworthiness. I know that we had, Mrs. Meneses had been talking about that, and so I'm going to piggyback on a couple of the things on that. So I'm going to read to you a story. It's just really quick on the boy who cried wolf. Some of you might know that story, some of you may not, but this does tie into being trustworthy. So being a trustworthy person, it's a combination of 2 words. First is trust, and that trust is something or someone that you can rely on. And I remember Mrs. Meneses talking about that. So it's somebody that you can rely on. Are you something that we can rely on? We'll find that out. Second, the second part of that word, worthy, describes something or someone that deserves respect. So if you're trustworthy, that means that you are reliable. In other words, you do what you say you're going to do. But if you don't do what you say you're going to do, then people are not going to trust you. And so this is going to tie into that story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So if you haven't heard it before, now's the time. So here we go. There once was a shepherd boy who was bored, and he sat on the hillside watching the village sheep. To amuse himself, he took a great breath and sang out, "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is chasing the sheep." The villagers came running up the hill to help the boy drive the wolf away. But when they arrived at the top of the hill, they found no wolf. The boy laughed at the sight of their angry faces. "Don't cry, wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers. When there's no wolf, they went grumbling back down the hill. Later, the boy sang out again, "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is chasing the sheep." To his naughty delight, he watched the villagers run up the hill to help him drive the wolf away. When the villagers saw no wolf, they sternly said, "Save your frightened song for when there is really something wrong. Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf." But the boy just grinned and watched them go grumbling down the hill once more. Later, he saw a real wolf prowling about his flock of sheep. Alarmed, he leaped to his feet and sang out as loudly as he could, "Wolf, wolf!" But the villagers thought he was just trying to fool them again, and so they didn't come. At sunset, everyone wondered why the shepherd boy hadn't returned to the village with their sheep. They went up the hill to find the boy. They found him weeping and weeping. That means he was really crying. "There really was a wolf here," he said. "The flock scattered." I cried out, "Wolf, wolf, why didn't you come?" An old man tried to comfort the boy as he walked back to the village. "We'll help you look for the lost sheep in the morning," he said, putting his arm around him. Nobody believes a liar, even when he's telling the truth. So in other words, boys and girls, he was crying wolf. In other words, he was crying for help, and he was not being very honest about it. There was no wolf. There was no wolf at all. And so when they came to help him twice, he just laughed in their face. So of course, nobody's going to believe a person that is not being very trustworthy, not being very honest. And so that goes back and ties back to how it's so important to be honest, because then people are not going to believe you. They're not going to want to put their trust in you. They're not going to give you a task to do because they're going to feel that you're not going to be able to handle it. You're not going to be able to do it. So we hope that you had fun listening to that story. I know it's a short story, and I always love reading it whenever I come across it because it does teach us a really good lesson about that. And well, I think that is all for today. I want each and every one of you to have a fantastic day. Remember that we have, if you don't count today, we have probably about 8 more days until we're off for the holiday breaks. Oh my goodness, already. So keep this in mind. Be bold, be innovative, and be a lesson. So have a fantastic day, boys and girls. Bye.